Welcome to the MFL Ramble. We're back. We're bad. As you can see, I'm joined as always by my blue-eyed, glorious co-host in Hoodwink, Braveheart himself. And this week we've got a very special guest, a guy that hasn't been on the stream for a while, but he is back with a vengeance, and that is Nepenthez. How are you, sir?
Hello. Yeah, very good actually. I was just building my lineups for my teams like last night and this morning. Before I was waiting for you. So getting ready for the new season. It's going to be a stinker for me this season, but I'm actually looking forward to the gallery de-sizing a little bit.
Yeah, you still had a quick check yesterday. You still got a shitload of clubs, haven't you? But we'll talk a bit more about that and your plans for the season in a bit. Before we go on, it was my birthday yesterday, and I am a little bit hungover, so I apologise if I go croaky or start rambling spurious nonsense. But yeah, very much appreciate everybody joining us. The people that were in early, we've got Big Mr. K. Afternoon, chaps. Afternoon to you as well, sir. I hope you like the little nod as well, the little slurp of my Diet Coke and a nod to your Yorkshire XP. Ricky Hyde, perfect way to start a crammed day of MFL content. It sure is, Ricky. There's going to be a lot of stuff later on because not only this, and I apologise if I think we're going to be doing it live, but Kev and I will be jumping on a plane straight after recording this. We'll be heading down under, and we could be recording another episode later today. But it's not going to be sort of time-sensitive content, so I would recommend tuning in and watching Jimbo's stuff because Jimbo's going to be streaming tonight, and he's the next person in the chat. Hello, gents. Looking forward to this. Looking forward to that as well. Who else have we got? So we've got Jimbo, got Sid. Season 11 time, gents. It is. It's a big season. S. Keegan, 1990. I wonder when you were born, S. Keegan. Afternoon, lads. Hello, sir. And got Amreezy in here. Got SR Burrow. Oi, oi. Oi, oi.
It's your boy. It's your boy, Amreezy. One of the greatest intros on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah. It always makes me jealous. I say this all the time, but I just hate my intro and I hate the outro. But now I feel like, bye. I'm just stuck with it. It's like, now what do I do? But yeah, anyway. I'm sort of jealous of people that nailed sort of a decent outro right from the start and I'm stuck with it, or intro or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, how are you, Hoodwink? You well, sir?
I'm very good. Better than you, anyway.
Yeah,
Birthday antics.
You were out for your best friend anniversary, weren't you?
It was good fun
on Friday. So we had like drunken DMs or drunken messages from you, sort of late in the evening, and then I'm hungover as fuck, or I feel dreadful in the morning.
Saturday recovery. I wasn't actually too bad. Like in the morning, I was bad, but there's a lot of pints we had, like into double figures and just.
Oh god, that would kill me these days. Honestly,
I
only had like 4 or 5 pints last night, and I haven't drank for. I had a little bit over Christmas, not much, but I haven't really drank anywhere near that for like 6 months. So for me, I'm like an old man, incapable of it. But yeah, we've got Bob Flynn in the chat. Good day, lads. And Root Cause is in as well. Bob, don't know whether you saw like a video that Beckman did a few weeks ago, but he said he seems confident Bob's going back to back and winning the title again. But yeah, so we've got season 11 starts today. I have got 11 teams now. I managed to buy a few more. Couldn't stop myself. I just needed places to stick players. But I have realised that with more and more players retiring, it probably won't be so much of an issue going forward. But for now, I'm happy at 11. I may even go to 12 next season just for the symmetry when you click into your clubs. But it always feel a bit off with one missing. But it's going to be a very fun season. We've got the new engine this season. I started testing yesterday. Not great, but early impressions are I need work in progress. Hoodwink, have you been testing the engine?
Quite a bit. But I started a few weeks ago, but then cut down when all the tournaments were on, and then started again a few days ago. It's gone alright, I think. I've not done a huge amount, but enough to kind of be happy, ready to go.
Nice. What about you, Nep? Have you done anything?
No, I joined season 3, and I think you guys invited me into your Discord that had like a little testing thing, and I started trying to get some data for you guys in that, and I just found that it didn't actually benefit me at all. It didn't change results, and like micromanaging, tinkering was hurting more than it was helping. And just kind of like going for a formation that suited the players and just letting it ride seems to have given me the most success. So, especially with the amount of engine changes, I've kind of purposefully stayed away from doing anything other than just what my team needs for them.
I think it's different as well. Like, I mean, you know, someone could be playing a 4-3-3 defensive. It's the same as mine, but their players are completely different. So my tactics won't work with their team. I can give them my tactics and I'll maybe win every game. And for them, they won't win any games, you know. So it really is sort of player dependent as well. But yeah. But before we move on, so we Hoodwink, are we going to be running duck races?
Yes, hopefully.
We are. So let's get that in straight away. Do you want to make a note of like the people's names so I can then cut and paste them, put them in the duck thing of people that are in there?
I've put them in the Ramble discussion one.
Okay,
the Ramble boardroom.
So we're going to be running a duck race. We're going to be running the OAP duck race. We'll start it in about 10 minutes or so. It's going to be running for, 45 minutes? And periodically, we'll check back in on it and we'll see how it's going. These ducks are slow. They're retiring this season. Even if they're not retiring, they're old. Their legs have gone. So the players you'll be winning are old as well. So we'll be running that in the background. Anybody that's in the chat up until the point that we launch goes live. No need to give us the old exclamation raffle or that. Oh no, I shouldn't have even said that.
That one's a surprise one as well. The old man one's a nice surprise because they're a good couple of players, but I've not actually told anyone that yet. I didn't get into advertising that one. They were for a White House. So thanks for
very generous
for the giveaway.
Yeah, so we'll be putting those in there. So we'll give it another 10-15 minutes and then we'll whack that live. And then periodically we'll check in and see which of the OAPs have dropped out. Or I imagine it'll be the same as all duck races. It literally will be the last 10 seconds that the winner will come through. But anyway, we'll run that for 45 minutes just for shits and giggles. But before we move on, Nep, where have you been?
FIFA is just taken over, really. The game this year, it's not so much anymore, but the start of the game cycle this year required an intense amount of playing to get content. And so everything fell by the wayside apart from this game. And this was supposed to be EA's like big hurrah. They gave this whole spiel. We're listening. They've changed all the things that we wanted changed. And so I was really geared for like my kind of like FIFA YouTube views and kind of like interactions to skyrocket. And it's arguably the worst game they've ever made. So I'm trying to like swim
like some of your content sort of, I don't know when it would have been, sort of early on when it launched, just following it. I watched a few videos because, you know, you're an entertaining chap, even when you're talking about a game I don't play.
Thanks very much.
So, I tuned in and watched a few of them. And generally it was just moaning from not just you, but other people that were watching as well about various things in the game. And I was like, oh, bloody hell.
No, fair to say the game's not great. And like, I'm very much like an all in, all out person. And like when it comes to making like MFL content, for example, I really need to do what I want to be able to do or just not do it at all. And I don't have the time. Even now, I don't think I've got the time now until probably like June or July, maybe after team of the season, maybe May, to make MFL content. So yeah, like I might do the odd like season updates here or there, and like, well, we'll talk about a lot of like what I've got planned now, but I might do a few videos on like how I've like almost the lessons I've learned over the last 3 seasons of having such a large agency. And I really like the place the game's in at the moment, actually, with the amount of retirees that are coming through. I think it's adding a really good element to playing the game. So there will be some MFL content in the next days and weeks, but it won't get back to how I wanted it until probably middle of the year after FIFA slows down.
You've still got quite a big agency, you know, even now. I mean, you've got over 700 players, 24 clubs, you know, and you've generated a decent amount of MFL from that over the course of the last sort of whatever 7 seasons you played. But
I've still got 300,000 or so in the bank. But as I explained to you when I first started playing this game, right, I don't find value in the expensive packs. I think there's great value in the 600 MFL packs. But there's only so many you can open before I just end up having, 2,000 players or 2,500 players. And it's just too much to manage.
And I don't know, I haven't checked. Did you go through the usual of spending all of the money? Because you like what I liked, and I think some of the questions we've got later on, and what a lot of people liked was the different themes you had for your teams. Like, they all had very specific, like one had to be certain players, another one had to be just players that came through from money earned from that. And that was quite a sort of an interesting follow. And, I completely understand that, FIFA, that's your cash cow. That's what pays the bills. So that has to take priority.
Yeah.
And, you've got a lot of teams now. Do you still go through the same process of buying common packs for those teams?
So I had 4. The only one that I still do it for is Pact of Glory. If you go back to Pact of Glory, it was like one of the first 5 or 6 teams. The other 3 that I had, the experiment teams, the idea behind them was, could they effectively like repopulate themselves with what they've earned? And it was very evident very quick that yes, they could. And so I kind of got bored of tracking and opening for them because the concept have already been proved. So I didn't need to keep doing it really. So I just kind of stopped. But for Pact of Glory, I've got 6 or 7 players in there currently. And I've got about 3,000 MFL from the last 2 seasons built up, waiting because I'm in a good spot with the team. I don't really need to open packs. And I've hit a stumbling block that I didn't kind of like foresee, where if I pack for them a really low rated player, I can't get them into the team because of the restrictions of the ratings. So I have to kind of wait until somebody retires now before I can replenish the team. But my favorite player in my whole agency is in here. He's called Beretta. And he's got crazy pace, and he's like finished. He's got some rewards and like some golden boot awards and stuff like that. And I just absolutely love him. He hasn't grown very much. But if you look at his player page info, he finished like golden boot in one of the cups. Like we were the worst team in the cup by far, and it's like a really nice story that he's done so well since.
He rattles in consistently.
Yeah, he does very, very well. Yeah, and it's all down to pace. And again, this is where I look at like tactics and stuff, and I'm like, who cares about tactics? Just get someone with like blistering pace, and you'll just score loads of goals.
Yeah. Funny enough, I think dribbling could be the stat this season, but we'll have to wait and see. But
if you go to my agency real quick and then sort by like all time overall growth, I've got a player. I don't know if he gets talked about much because he is one of those guys. His name's Colombo, and his dribbling I think today went up to 92 or 93. But he started as like a 41 rated player, and he's now like an 83 rated player.
Progression all time.
That's the dream.
Yep, it really is.
Colombo.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast. 37 overall so far.
Oh, he's still going up as well. Look at that last season.
Yeah.
He's 28 now. And what did he go last season? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 last season.
And he's tier broke really quickly every time as well, which makes me think there's still a fair bit in the tank for him yet.
Oh yeah, no, he's a beauty. Do you get many offers on players like that? Because people, in the past would hunt out those sort of players. And I know yesterday, was it Dio? I can't remember who it was now. It was somebody bought a player from Rory, and it was a guy that's progressed hard. He was a winger, left winger, right winger. He was 84 rated already, and I think he paid like $450 for him, which is quite a lot in these days for just a rare player.
I've had a few offers for him. Actually, the guy right below him, Montoya, he's a centre back. He's going to be retiring in a couple of seasons now. He started off even lower. Where after his first 2 seasons, I think he'd progressed to like 20. I got a lot of offers for him up until the last few seasons, where you can see he's kind of like leveled out now and hit his fill. But that first 2 seasons, I was getting a lot of like $50, $60 offers from him. Hindsight, I actually reckon I probably should have taken it because I don't think I would have got. His prime. I don't think I would have got $50 or $60 for him. But he's another one of those players. This is why I love again the 600 MFL packs for players like these two, where you just get stars, man. You just get superstars that develop, and they're yours at that point. Do you know what I mean? Like you're attached to them rather than somebody that you bought that you honestly couldn't give 2 damns about.
Have you got any fresh blood that's coming through that's showing the same kind of thing at the moment?
Nothing at all.
Yeah, I haven't had much the ones that have come through recently. I've got some that have progressed hard, but nothing that's knocked their socks off recently.
Yeah.
So we look down. Yeah, they tend to get older, don't they? I really think we're going to reach a point, sort of in a couple of seasons, where I think MFL are going to have to increase the number of packs they start doing pack drops, just because the demand's going to be there. But you look in people's agencies and teams now. There's so many teams that have sort of multiple guys that are retiring, or guys that are going to be retiring in the next season, then surely that has to bring down the overalls in the divisions.
Yeah, you would have thought so. And once it gets that equilibrium, once we're at that point where, we've had like a full cycle, and I think we're probably still about 4 or 5 seasons away from it when we're in that full cycle, that's when you'll really be able to plan, okay, what team do I need to get promoted? What team do I need to stay in there? Because there won't be enough players at that top end anymore for people to just keep buying because they've all retired. And if people aren't developing them, and this is a problem that I've got with so many players in my agency, I've got about 150 players right now without a club. There could be a couple of gems in there that aren't getting any training or any match XP, and I will just never know that they're going to be like goers. Do you know what I mean? So I think with a lot of players being underdeveloped, possibly we will. I think we'll start seeing the top end like slow back down again.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Sort of, that first year was about sort of people building agencies, collecting clubs, and retirements weren't really an issue. Maybe even until sort of November, December time. But now you can really see, like this season, a lot of loads more guys, and that number's just going to accelerate, isn't it, over the next couple of seasons until we reach that sort of equilibrium where.
Yeah.
But and I mean the thing is as well, especially if you look in the Diamond League, it's often those highest end players are the ones that are retiring because they're old.
Yeah.
It takes time for players to sort of reach ultimate, but not really. Yeah. What about you, Hoodwink? Have you got any guys that are hard progressing at the moment?
No, nothing like too wild. I did get another Lego today for one of my favourite players, Norgren, but he's retiring.
The nuts tier break, wasn't it?
What was that? Sorry.
That was a kick in the nuts tier break. Like they said they're retiring, and then they go legendary.
I swear it happens so often. As soon as they get that retirement badge, they just start working harder and training.
Yeah, second wind, isn't it?
Aye. I've got a few like Alan Santos. I think he's like plus 13 or 14 overall. Parr, who's a wee bit younger, what's he, 26 or 27-year-old? He's went for like 65 and is now a rare. Maybe who's my only youngster? Maybe Rubio. I've got a guy called Rubio who's a 76 rated. He's a +5 and he's only 23, so he's got potential. Amarin, he's good.
You got a guy called Amarin. Yeah, he's progressed hard and then leveled off. So that was when he was at Sporting, and that's when he moved to Man United. Literally, just like
so he's going to start progressing again now, is he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now he joins another club. He's like, woo.
I did buy him actually. I didn't buy him for the progression. I bought him because he was a bargain actually at the time. And I needed a CDM. He's really good. I like him. I'd love to if he got a wee. I reckon if he puts in his retirement, he could start flying again. Probably go +12 or something in retirement. But probably maybe like someone like Parr and Rubio. They're probably my two highest potential that are a wee bit younger that have got like decent progression so far. But it's no wild progression like.
And I've built like one of the guys that you've got hope in joined one of my new teams for the season, the Monkey Donners. There's the logo. Quite happy with that one. We've got the Hand of God. We've got Diego Monkey Donner. We've got a bit of white powder around his nose. No idea what that could be, but yeah.
It's just pigmentation of the skin, isn't it?
But yeah, you've loaned me a player. I've done my usual. Like I said, right, I'm going to keep the overalls low and not try and get promoted. You sent me this guy who's 43 rated, but he is +12 as a striker. He's decent.
+14 maybe?
+14. Anyway, either way, it's decent. Yeah. I've built a team around him where everybody's above him just to try and maximise progression for one guy, sacrificing it for my own players because you got him right at the end of during rewards, didn't you? Oh, no, it must have been...
It was Root Tours that I won a competition. I had faith in Root. So I won a pack and he was in it. Really good pack.
And you put him into one of your teams during the Masters or the Classic, didn't you? And he got a +1 overall or something then. Was that right?
Oh, must have,
Anyway, it's all about him this season. If he doesn't smash, then he's a dud. Because literally he's got like absolute superstars for Flint supplying balls to him. So yeah, hopefully
76 pace. Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as Neps said, when you've got sort of standout stats on players that sort of, with their overalls don't really match it, they can smash. So let's hope anyway that he does well. But yeah. So with Net, what's the plan for this season for you then? Like,
I'm kind of just running like the agency down a bit right now. Like, I don't know how many players I had retire last season. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think maybe it was like around 20 or so. And I've probably got another like 40 or 50, maybe 60 in the next few seasons. But I would still love to like run 25 to 50 clubs, 100 clubs. I would still love it. It's when I had all the time in the world in the summer months, because there was no football, so there was no So Rare, there was no FIFA, so there was no content there. I had a lot of time to put into MFL, and so I got these 24 clubs. I was really meticulous with how I was planning the teams, and like I was following the games along. Since FIFA came out, and I just don't have that time anymore. I want to go down to around 6 clubs and just have like 3 feeder clubs where just kind of like the most promising players go into, 2 kind of like progressive clubs that are maybe in like ice or like maybe the division above, and then like my main club. But I want everything to be into agency. I don't want to buy any more players. Like, I really like the idea of the kind of like self-sustaining economy, and so the MFL that I've been building up is what I'll use when I get to a point where I only need around 100 players in the agency. And if I pack anyone else and they start progressing or something, maybe I'll just sell them on, or maybe I'll like expand a little bit more. But until there's like a more efficient way to run multiple clubs, or until we get like the mode where I can let somebody else run the clubs for, a portion of revenue, I'm having to downsize a little bit at the moment.
yeah, I think the delegation sounds like it's quite close. So I imagine maybe next season or the season after they'll be live. I'm sure in the dev notes recently they said that they were doing sort of the user interface testing and stuff like that, and like building the user interface for it. But
Yeah.
so I imagine that's quite close. And we've got the Yaks in the chat. I don't know whether it's real Yaks, because always confuses me, but I think this is right. Anyway, the data is sending for info. 4,000 players will retire next season, or 4,005 players next season. 7,495 in 2 seasons, and 11,429 will retire in 3 seasons. So that's accentuating. I wonder what it will reach. At what point, like, it will sort of equilibrium will be reached, and it reaches sort of a fairly balanced level. I imagine it'll be a couple more seasons yet. But
yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Yak saying the hard thing with club delegations is it's never the top priority, but we're finishing it hopefully next season.
I appreciate it's very very much a me problem. Like, there's not many people that have this many clubs, and most of them like fully love managing them. I appreciate it's like a very, very unique problem to a select few. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure Process and Ron John will both be hoping that it comes in for next season. But yeah, for you as well, that'd be good as well. You could run stuff with like the FIFA crowd, so if anyone wants to test it, manage your team for the season.
Yeah, precisely. That. Yeah, I think it would be good for that sort of thing. Can run some tournaments, some interagency tournaments and stuff, and just have like managers kind of facing off against each other in friendlies with my own players. That'd be quite fun. See who gets a sack, see who gets Amarimmed.
Exactly. I noticed, I don't know whether you still have, but you had players that, you still got free agent legendaries.
Yeah, so one of them is mine, Mantilla, but I don't play to teams with wingers, and he's not a very good striker. So if anyone watching wants to loan him for the season, he's available for loan.
Yeah.
And if you think dribbling is going to be good this season, Monkey, then he's bang up for it. Boucher, Espino, and Iglesias, and I think there's another midfielder a bit further down. They're from the Diamond Heist, and I don't think we ran the Diamond Heist last year. And so they just kind of sat there for the whole season. But once again, all of the other players I've got as free agents, they are up for sale and up for loan, whichever comes first. So if anyone wants them, feel free to pop some offers in.
Yeah, I imagine you'll be getting some loan offers probably imminently.
Yeah, probably in the next few seconds, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good, isn't it? Like, it's nice having a few of those sort of left over, because demand is sort of, a lot of players have done their business and stuff. But I'll get on to, I saw Sid in the chat asking what the expectation for Monkey Magic are this season. Obviously, they got promoted to gold for the first time ever last season. But I'll run through them in a minute. But I've got a lot of thanks to do There's been a lot of help, particularly from Bob and Sid with players that they've loaned me. I know Kev as well. You know, they've been a massive help to the pair of us with sort of teams building this season, especially Kev, obviously getting him in Diamond, but I'm sure we'll be speaking a bit more about that later on. But it's going to be a lot, but we'll speak a bit more about the teams and stuff in a minute. But the duck race, where are we up to? Which channel have you put that in, Hoodwink?
Yeah, the Ramble boardroom.
Bloody hell, is that many people that have already got in there?
The first one is just from the Twitter post that I done, Twitter giveaway.
So what should we run first then? Should we run the Twitter one later on and get the old man duckers going first?
Aye, go for it. So the bottom one's the old man duckers. So everyone's
old man
and
duckers, copy. Close that.
And the top prize is a 77 rated striker who's in his last season, but
yeah.
Right, edit list. Remove the defaults. Oh, for fuck's sake. I know, it's okay. It's just the bottom. Remove all those. Done. 45 minutes.
You could send an offer, Kev, if you want. I've got a few like iron and bronze offers for him, but they're not particularly enticing. What are we saying about 50% rev share?
We are off.
So for this one, the top prize, first place is a 77 rated striker, Vanderlee. Second place is a 69 rated striker, who's got 3 seasons left. And third place is a 65 rated goalie who's got 2 seasons left.
Nice. I'm hoping someone who has use for these wins them. But looking at the people that are in it, I don't think many of these will. Oh, some of them might do. But if Bob wins it, I'm not entirely sure what he'd do with it. But rerun another 45 minutes. But periodically, we'll check back into that. So as you can see at the moment, there's going to be a lot of jockeying for position. And Bob is coming through dressed as a, what do you call it? Queen's Guards, the ones with the little Busby hats. What are they called? Queen's Guards? The ones that guard Buckingham Palace. I can't think of the bloody name. I'm being an absolute spanner. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Let's talk more about MFL. We'll come back.
Whilst Yax is here, actually, my MFL on Chrome like hangs and lags massively when I do anything. I did type in like the MFL Discord, but nobody responded. But on my iPad, it's absolutely fine. Any help would be appreciated if anyone has had the same issue and knows a fix.
That's weird. I haven't had any problems with. I use Chrome. Yeah. Well, not any problems with it.
I've tried all the classics of like clearing the cache and things like that. But even if I do it on like incognito, it's still the same problem. So skill issue, yeah, it might be. Maybe my PC's just gone.
Really, it's done with FIFA and it's giving up on everything now.
Yep.
But yeah. So let's talk about expectations for this season. We'll jump back into sort of things. Let's start with you, Hoodwink. So have you got any more teams this season?
Yeah, I bought another 2. Which, like, I don't know why. I'm so stupid because, like, my sweet spot's probably 3. And whenever I go above that, I think, right, I'll probably sell one to get back to it. And then now I've got 7, I think, which I know is far too much. I'm not going to be as engaged with most of the teams, which kind of takes a bit of the fun away from me, I think. But I've pretty much, like, they're all quite decent teams now, and I've just got so many players that I didn't want to sell, and instead of loaning them, I can just put them in these teams. And also means I can experiment with a few new formations and that kind of thing with the lower ones without too much, no stress, but like without, changing. Like Edinburgh and Dago are my main teams, and then Livy I want to get up there. So they are the 3 that I kind of care about. Then the other ones, I will just have some fun with them, hopefully. But
So the Real Ramble, assuming, is what's the name? A trial club.
Yeah. That's. I wish they'd just take that away now. I don't know how to get rid of it.
No, same. Yeah, I think they just leave it on there, don't they? So tempt you into buying it. But
I can't buy it though because I bought Atlanta the season before the trial one. I tried to buy this one and then I DM'd him asking if I could just buy it, but because I've already bought one trial one, it's obviously you can't buy another one, so it's just stuck there now for.
So what's the expectation with sort of the lower clubs then? We'll move on to the more important ones afterwards. Is that just like just grind out a living?
Some of them are actually, where's my ratings? Like that Bracara Augusta. They're like top 3 for best 16. And that's in a Spark League, so hopefully they'll do it right. And that's when I'm trialing the 4-3-3, which I've never ran before. My other one, Santiago Andes, they're in ice. That's my lower ice one. Probably a mid-table finish, maybe, but again, a decent enough team.
No,
there's one that was quite a low one. Is it Casa Tuckerman? They're like predicted 10th, so that might be a long season, but and there's a bloody background on there. I don't know how that happened, and I'm not paying to get rid of it now. So, then the other ones that I like, were Atlanta. Atlanta are actually predicted 3rd for like the best 16. They've got a lot of good players in there actually, so that one could be a fun team. Livingston predicted 4th. They're in Stone now, so they've came for the bottom basically, or what did they start in Spark when Spark was the bottom?
We got Jimbo in the chat saying not sure how that happened. Yeah, Hoodwink. I think you've done it to deliberately bait Jimbo to tilt him during the season.
I hate it, and like I'll end up paying to get rid of it, but
you should get them relegated to Flint just so you can change it for the lowest amount of MFL.
So I've done the background remover app, and which I've done hundreds of times, and like it looked fine. Saved it, looked fine, and when I went to put it on, it looked fine because it's a black background. I didn't actually look at when I was putting the badge onto MFL. Didn't even notice it, and then when it came out, I was like, oh, maybe I just have to refresh or something like that. But no, shambles.
Nice. So what about the main teams then? The 3 OG teams. We've got Edinburgh Castle MFC who are in bronze. Got Daegu, perennial underachievers. They're in iron. And Livingston in stone. What's the expectation for Livingston first?
Livingston, I'm going to try and go for a promotion with them. Like, I don't think... One thing I'm doing this season is basically my top, I think, 4 teams. I've got 0 loans, which is probably stupid. But I just want to use my guys and just see how we get on. And I'm so scared of like retirement now from my main guys that I need to try and progress my slightly lower guys as much as possible. So I just want to take care of them and just see how I can do kind of without getting loans in and see where we end up. So for Livingston, I'm going for a promotion push with them. I think one step up, it would be a struggle. Like if I do get promoted with them, it's going to be tough. But you never know. But a lot of really, really good players in there actually. But
what about the boys in blue? Daegu. I mean, that's a pretty. Oh no, it's 9 team, isn't it? Did they get promoted last season?
No, a couple of seasons ago. I think we were mid-table last season, so they were struggling for a bit. Like I thought it was going to be a relegation for them, but I changed tactics mid-season and it kind of worked to keep them up. They're predicted mid-table. I'd be very happy with a mid-table finish, to be honest. And again, I think they got a few of the younger guys. Maybe no. Maybe not.
Not that young.
But they've got a few guys that I'd hope could step up to Edinburgh at some point when the retirements do start coming in. Quite a few of my favourite players, like that Rubio, he's really good.
Is he better as a winger? He's got. He's got that sort of look
I
about
think he's a 76 on the wing as well, maybe. I
him.
didn't play wingers in that team, but I think he's just as good as a winger anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 76 winger as well. Yeah, no, he looks decent. And he's young. Yeah, he's the kind of guy that you'd want to progress, isn't it, really? But
Aye. Like, he's one of my favourite guys he's a guy, I think he's a +5, maybe, progression. So he's quite a decent one. And Farias is the other guy in the right mid that I packed them both in the same rewards day, actually, a few seasons back. My left and right mid.
there he is.
I'm also going with smaller squads for the first time because I've always done like 22-man squads and I can just do like for like swaps. So this is the first time I'm going to try and.
You've done what I've done, though. You've backfilled, like, guys that you can't loan out and you just want to make sure they're getting training progression. And they could be useful. Like, if you get in a pinch, you could use them as well.
No, very well, but like you did say that, like, if there's a cup game or something, a dead rubber game, you're either through in the cup or you got no chance in the cup. Just chuck one of them in and make sure you've got one of your guys rotated and rested.
I had a
So, you never know.
44 rated right winger that played 2 games for a bronze team last season and scored a goal. Insulting to the team that I beat with him in the team, but anyway. But yeah, so potential for them. What about Edinburgh Castle? So, like, obviously they got promoted to bronze a few seasons ago. Bronze has just got tougher and tougher as like more and more legendaries, and it's been sort of, I guess a case of sort of staying up. But you have had a bit of progression. Obviously, Santos has gone. We've had another. Norgren has gone to legendary this morning, and Robson, but though both of them will be retiring in the not too distant future. What's the expectation for them this season? Like, stay up?
I think this could be a tough season for them, to be honest. The last season was quite a tough season, and my team was kind of, I think we were maybe predicted mid-table or something like that, and it was quite tough. I was top mid-season, and then obviously the engine changes mid-season, obviously. So we just couldn't win a game, and it was like, shit, we're going to get relegated here. But we survived. But we are predicted 9th with them.
Yeah, I'm just bringing up the power rankings now on MFL Stats. And yeah, you are predicted 9th, as you said, yeah.
So it could be not getting loans in is probably, it could cost me big time, but I didn't actually mind if it does because I'm so scared of the retirements that I just know are going to come at one point. All my players there are so old that I've not got a plan to replace them all. So, worst case, if we get relegated, we get relegated and just can work through there. But I think I'm probably that's my highest level I'm going to be for a wee while just now because I can't afford to be putting money into upgrade so many rares or what's now probably needing Legos. So I'm kind of just going to try not to stress too much with them and hopefully survive. And then I'll see if it works out with the no loan idea, or if it's if it costs me, or if it just makes, if I'm getting pumped every week, it's obviously not going to be that much fun. But if I can survive with them, just using my players, and I really hated getting up I think I gave up 25% of my revenue last season, which probably isn't a lot, but to me it just felt like maybe that's another pack or two of players that could potentially turn into kind of rares and that kind of thing. And I just want to see how I go with my guys and just give them their chance to shine.
It is tough giving up rev share, isn't it? But historically, I've not really loaned in any players, and last season I had to loan in a few more. This season, I've, with the amount of promotions I got at the top end last season, it's just been tough. But yeah, I'll speak about more. Sorry, I can't even speak. A bit more about mine in a minute. What about you, Neps? So you said there's 3 or 4 teams that you're going to be focusing on this season, and the rest will just be running rotations in the background.
Yeah, so you've got the first 3 on the list there are the main 3, and then there's also one called Spark to Glory and Flint to Glory. They're like the first 5 teams that get the best hierarchy of players, and everything else just gets piled into the other clubs for kind of earning as much as I can and seeing who can progress. But my main team, Prestige 26, we have bounced. I'm too good for bronze. I'm not good enough for. Too good for iron, not good enough for bronze. And I think I've finished like 9th or 10th, just a few points out of staying in the division a few times. But this season, I've got 5 players retiring, and next season 2 more.
Ooh.
So yeah, hopefully I can get promoted this season and have one last hurrah. But then the other 2 teams, the Team Sweat and Road to Glory teams, they've got a lot of good players in them, and the players that are retiring are like the worst players in the team. So I should be able to like funnel up a little bit, but at the cost of the 2 teams below. So I expect to get promoted this season with this team, but you know what fitness is like for those red calendar guys. Like they play 1 game and they have to sit out 3. So I don't know how they're gonna.
I mean, it looks like you've done the right thing anyway. Like, you know, whereas normally you'd get away with 3 mids, you've gone with 4 mids, but 2 of them are retiring, but they can sort of cancel each other out and hopefully play essentially the game that one player would play. You got 2 PAMs, So I think it should be covered okay.
Yeah, the coverage is there, but as I say, like next season, if you go to the second team, Team Sweat, like this team isn't really good enough to stay in Stone, and it's going to have a few of those blues are going to get pushed up next season into Prestige 26. And then like fortunately none of these guys are retiring, but they're all crap. Even like some of the higher rated ones, their stat distribution isn't ideal, and their performances throughout their career hasn't been great. I hope like Team Sweat, if I could just stay in Stone Division, that'd be great. And then for Road to Glory, once again, if I could just stay in the division in Ice, that'd be great. And then that's it. They're my best teams now. Far removed from where I thought I'd be in season 11, but
yeah, but you know, I think people understand that, you know, FIFA is your life, and that's the one that pays the bills. So you have to concentrate on that, don't you? But also, you've been doing a lot with So Rare over the last few months as well, and quite invested in sort of generating money from that. So that's been quite sort of an interesting story as well. But as you said, you have more time as the season comes to a close and the real season comes to a close. But yeah,
I didn't even the Christmas tournaments that were played for the 10th season anniversary. I didn't even do anything with them. I looked at some of my results. I got out the group stages on a few of them and stuff, but I couldn't even for the one that you had to qualify for. Every time I came to qualify, it was already too late. It was full up, and I just kept missing it. So yeah, I actually had like a good kind of like 2-week break from MFL entirely. I didn't even click on the site because I knew I'd already like messed up the 10 season anniversary opportunities. So I just stayed off the site for a good couple of weeks. And,
I think people were the same. So I did notice in like the Masters and the Classic that even people that had teams in, they literally just did not rotate. The players were the same all the way through.
Yep.
And even if they got through to the knockout stage, by the knockout stage, some of their players were like 80, 70% and stuff like that. So, it did favour people that were sort of engaged. But it was that Christmas period, wasn't it? And, not everybody wants to sort of, be stuck playing MFL.
Yeah.
People have got family.
Yeah, I've got 3 small children. That's right. Yeah, I was playing like games with my kids a lot over Christmas and stuff, which was real nice. And we had a few like outings and stuff. And yeah, it does. It was like I wish I kind of maybe put a bit more effort into it, but also at the same time, it was a nice break because now I'm looking forwards to season 11 but at the back end of season 10, because like a lot of my fate had been decided kind of by like mid late season, I was like felt obligated to show up to rotate my team to click off, and it was getting a little bit tedious having to do 24 clubs every single day. And like I was like, man, I'm like rotating the players of a team that's bottom by 15 points. Like, what am I doing here? So it was nice to have like a little break, and I'm now like revitalized and fresh to come in and try and attack this season and kind of get my bearings with where I'm going to be over the next 2 or 3 seasons with these retirees, because I'm losing a lot of quality over the next few years.
I did know that you're in one of my leagues, because it's pretty rare that I've been in one of your leagues. I can't even remember which team it is. I'm sure you probably haven't even noticed either, but maybe one that I bought. But no, not that one. Sorry, go on. What were you going to say?
I can't even remember, to be fair. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Evo FC, Tier Break FC Yeah, they're in the park with Monkey Mary. Is that a team that you pay attention to? Or?
Yeah. So I didn't change it for this season because I was trying to be smart. I was trying to be efficient, right? And set pre-contracts for all of the teams that are in there. And I did it for this team. And then afterwards, I was like, I forgot what this team was about. So basically, at the start of every season, this team, apart from the lower ones where I just fill the gaps with like players I just want to get XP on, this team starts with 22 players at 54 rated. And so they all get perfect training to try and help them tier break into the 55s. So last season, that's what I got. I got that many players went up through the tiers. And then what I do is like I just restart again. I'll delete the whole team and get another whole bunch of 22 54 rateds in there so they get perfect training.
And you didn't do that, and so
I didn't do that for this season. So this is last season's team. Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, I've got time to change it around. To be fair, like the transfer window doesn't close till the end of the week, so I could change it, but I probably won't now.
Yeah,
decent progression.
Yeah, well, one of the seasons, 2 or 3 seasons ago, because I've done this now for 5 seasons in this club or 4 seasons. One of them was 54 rated at the start of the season, and he was 64 rated at the end of the season. I was like, that's banging! Like he's had a great time.
I think it's those kind of players that just keep you coming back, isn't it? Because it's,
it really is. Yeah,
the progression and the unexpected sort of like if you've got a guy that smashes. I think last season my best was maybe +5, +6, so not okay, but not amazing. I don't think I've ever had anyone that's gone. I've had one player that's gone double digits in the season, and that's it. But maybe this is the season. Who knows?
Maybe. You never know.
But yeah.
But yeah, I do have, like I said earlier, I do have like 280,000 MFL burning a hole in my pocket, and like I look at the packs on offer, and it's like I could get a couple of the kind of like rare player packs. And like level it out at 200,000, and I'm always paranoid with it because if I get like a 75 rated rare that's like 26 years old, I'm just going to be fuming, But if you get one of the sort of like 83 or 84 rated rares that's like maybe 20 years old, you're living the high life, and I just don't know if I'm ready to take that risk or if I'd sit here and prefer to like pump out another like 500, 600 MFL packs and just put another like 1,000 players in my agency.
For the last couple of seasons, I've just pretty much exclusively been getting rare packs. And whilst you do get like the odd 75 in the standard packs, you do get the odd sort of 75, 76. I've had some absolute crackers as well. I've had some sort of 84 rated players. I had one guy that was 77, but he's already up to 83 and he's only 22 years old. So those are the guys that sort of, whilst I'm buying OEPs to sort of like fill gaps on the main teams, those are the guys that I'm hoping will eventually become legendary and actually, help the main teams without me spending money, like, obscene money every season.
The one concern I have with buying the packs as well at rare is like at the end of this season, I'm going to need midfielders. And if I open the packs and I get like a goalkeeper and a striker, I'm screwed, right? I'm now going to have to either sell them or go and buy like another midfielder. And then I'll get back to the same problem of like, right now I've got too many good strikers. So I've either got to loan them out, and I don't like loaning my players out because I like they're mine. Do you know what I mean? I want to use them, or I've got to buy another team or put them into a team where they're way too good for. So I don't know. I do think I'd much prefer the 600 MFL packs and wait till I get my first 99 out of one of them.
So looking at like if you bought, how much MFL did you say you got?
I got like just shy of 300,000.
So 300,000. So that's what, 6 rare packs. So that, if they go for anything close to what they're listed to on the market, that's what, between 550 and $600.
Yeah, could do a lot of damage with that. Yeah.
Yeah, which could definitely, and then you could sort of, fill gaps. But I don't know which ones sell. I don't really sort of sell packs. I know the guys in sort of Diamond that generate shitloads of MFL do, but I don't know whether the packs go for the price that they're listed for at the moment. I imagine they do. They find sort of an equilibrium as the season goes on. But 23 quid for uncommon players. So what's that? They're 10,000, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, probably more beneficial than common players. But do people buy those packs? I don't know how many of those sell. There's a lot more listed than there is rares.
Yeah, for me, I always get really reluctant to sell. It's the same on So Rare. I don't like selling because it's like what I think in my mind, especially for MFL, I'm like, once I get to critical mass, let's say that's like 50 teams and every team's full and I'm like really on top of everything and I'm really like efficient, then I'll get packs and I'll sell them and I'll like start recouping at that point. And that might be like, like something that's like 3 to 5 years down the line before I hit that point. But then I think, what if I sell that pack and he's got a guy like I sell that pack for like $4, and he's got a guy that in 3 seasons time is selling for like $200 because he's like done up. So I'm just like I'd rather just keep it all to myself and just be super selfish. And if my end goal is like, oh, I could easily churn good revenue, monthly revenue, yearly revenue off of playing this game like efficiently, and yet I do everything to go against my own desire of actually churning, because I will just keep everything. And now they're all starting to retire, and now that opportunity of selling them has gone, and I'm like, well, at least they were mine. So I think if I'm being honest with myself, I probably will never sell. I will probably never make money from MFL, because I'll just keep it all always.
Yeah, I have trouble doing that as well. I have trouble selling players, and I have trouble sort of like selling packs, even if I know that there's a chance I'll get sort of a left wing back in with no extra positions that will be absolutely no use to me. Then, I just have to rip them just in case. Like I got a centre forward, and I did think about selling him because I've got no formations that use, like I just don't use centre forwards. So I listed him briefly. He's 82 rated. He's 23 years old. And eventually I'll just loan him out to Laird's Patron Saints. So hopefully he's a guy that smashes and justifies me not selling him. But well, let's jump back into the duck race. We're about halfway through, a little bit over halfway through. As you can see,
Bob coming through. Bob wants it.
Could be losing his load a little bit. We've got MFC Charity in here. Sid at the top, at the front. Toby's there. Yeah. Not much to be that, but you can tell they're tiring. They're old ducks. They may look
Bob
young.
now. Bob's in at the back now. Mate, he's shot his load, and that's him done.
Yeah,
back into the pack.
I think there'll be a lot more playing around yet, but it's going to be a little bit of a fun ride. So 20 minutes. Hoodwink, can you remind me so we don't tune in? It's already finished.
Speaking of selling players, I very, very rarely sell anyone, but last season I sold 2 centre backs, I think, because they're just short, like 5'8" and 5'9" maybe. And I know, like, I could loan them out, and I was like, you know what, I could get a bit of cash and try and improve my teams. So I sold them, and they were young as well. Sold them, then within, like, I think the next day, they both went +1, and then like the day after, another one went like another +1. So one of them went +2 and +1 within like 2 or 3 days of me selling them, and I was just fuming. Like, I think it went from 72 to 74, and I'd sold them for about 15 quid or something like that.
Jesus, yeah.
Probably
and that's why I'll never sell, man, because now you don't have that pain.
I don't want to check if he's got any progression again today. I'll just leave it, but never selling again.
I did sell actually a few like players, a lot of my like younger players, like 16 and 17-year-olds, especially ones that had like some good stats, or like I sold one player, 54 rated, I want to say winger that had really good shooting and pace, and had striker as a secondary, and he was like 54 rated and maybe like 20 or 19. I think I sold him for like $50 or something, and he didn't progress on at all. Like, so did get a bit of a bong. Yeah, go down a bit more. There's I'll be able to see it. Yeah, that Mohammed guy I sold for $25. That's the one. He's 32 now. And he's not progressed much at all. But because when he came out of the pack, like you're like, okay, 71 pace, 68 shooting for a 57 rated right mid. I don't know what he is as a striker, probably like 65 or maybe 68. And he just didn't progress at all, really. But so I have sold some players, but it's a lot easier to like buy and sell, like when you're either streaming or something and you've got people in the chat, like communicating with people that may be interested. Like, it's a lot easier to negotiate whilst I was streaming MFL, and I haven't like really streamed MFL or so rare for ages. Looking at a 64 striker, that's banging.
Yeah,
but also it's not, because he paid $25 for me. He's worth like $2 at most now. So
I did sell a guy. I remember selling. It was probably during the boom. I sold a 16-year-old guy. He was like a 66 rated or something. Sold him for $125, and it was like people just thinking the progression because he's 16.
Yep.
Like hoping that he progresses, but paying that amount of money, I was like, fuck, I'll take that.
Yeah.
For a reward pack.
That De Bruyne that I bought, he's done really well for me. Paid $35 for him. He's retiring this season now, but I bought him at like 72 rated, I think. And yeah, I didn't pay much for him at all, and he absolutely banged. And he's been a wonderful servant to the club as well.
Yeah,
a really good value for money pick up that was.
It's a bit going. He's retiring quite early, isn't it? Like,
He is, yeah.
Making when a player sort of reaches sort of 28, 29 and they get the retirement symbol then.
Yeah, well, I've got some real oldies, like before they changed the expected retirement ages. I've got some real oldies that are from like season 1, 2, and 3 before the ages changed that still haven't like gone. Like looking at Pollard there, 35, he's still got 4 seasons in him. Komatsu, the centre back, he's been again another solid servant to the club. He's blue. He hasn't progressed in about 10 years, mind you, but yeah, 34 years old, 76 rate centre back. He's got at least another 4 seasons in him. Like it's all good stuff.
I know. I was looking at this the other day. It's sort of all players in the game, and if you search it by, I bet it's going to go youngest. But yeah, so go the other way. I think there's a couple of guys now. Yeah, this guy will definitely be retiring in his 40s. So he's 38. He hasn't got the retirement symbol yet. So he will be like obviously not an amazing.
Isn't it like 42 is the oldest they can be? Am I remembering that right? So he will get the retirement thing next season. Yeah.
Yeah. So he will be retiring at the end. And there's another guy here. So another guy here who I imagine probably hasn't been. I don't know whether he's like he's 54 rated, 38 years old. Has he had much progression? 1.
See, players like this are interesting though, because although he is retiring at 42, he still only had like a 14-year career, like because he was born at 28. So
of course, yeah, that's what I was expecting. So has he? Yeah, he's only been on a club for 1 season. So the fact that he's only progressed 1, you know, he could be a guy that actually was meant to progress those and just hasn't. And he obviously will never catch up now because the XP that you earn from everything diminishes as you go through your 30s. But yeah, not that it would have been a great loss. I can't imagine that it would have been like the thing. But it's quite interesting that we will have guys now that will sort of retire at the end, and it gives you sort of like a rough idea. You know, there's some of the guys, obviously the best player in the game as well, Beckman. He's only 36, isn't it? But he handed in his retirement this season as well, so he'll be retiring at 39. I would imagine we'll probably get another 99 in the not too distant future. I can't find it. I'm not going to scroll all the way down there, but yeah, it's pretty decent. Let's have a quick look through my clubs. So I'm not going to go through all of them, as you can see. As I said earlier, I've got a few more now. The Monkey Donners, a Flint side, all built around progressing 1 player alone from Hoodwink. The team I bought yesterday, I can't remember. I did make an offer on a team from Japes because it looked like he was selling a few clubs. And but I don't think this was the one, actually. I think I got this from someone else eventually. So my first club in Vietnam, and they are Monkey Nong Dan. Pronunciation probably dreadful. And I hope it means what I think it means, which is Monkey Farmers. And they were meant to be a team that constantly sits in spark. But because I had so many decent players left over, they're a little bit OP. And I think they're predicted first by quite a margin as well. Yeah. So, you know, what can you do? But so we've got them. They'll probably get promoted. I'm starting to think that sort of Ice Stone will be where my bottom clubs sit eventually. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And at the moment, I just essentially buy reward packs, rare reward packs. So, you know, they will sort of backfill those teams and hopefully sort of get them up to sort of a decent level.
How much MFL did you make last season?
A little less last season. I think it was like 305 or something.
That's still
because I didn't have my top teams didn't have massive long cup runs again. So I did win some cups, but they were the bottom teams, which just I think one of the teams earned like 100 MFL from winning a cup. But yeah, so you know, I think that if I just keep buying rare players and hope some of them progress to legendaries, and even if they don't, they will be useful in sort of stone, ice, and iron. Then they'll fill it. So I've got the Berbers who got promoted last season to ice. They've got a decent team again. Vikings, they've got decent. In fact, all of these teams are sort of like predicted, sort of in top like 2 or 3, I think. And then we get sort of the better teams. So I've got the top 3 teams, the ones that I'm paying real attention to this season are the Magic, Funky Monkey, and Monkey Fire. All got promoted last season. The Fire to bronze, Funky Monkey to silver, and for the first time ever, the Magic have made it to gold. My first team. That leaves Monkey Kings, who are in bronze with a severely underpowered team. So that will just be survival for them. They've got one legendary in there, but for a bronze team, it really isn't particularly great. Monkey Fire, they are in a league with Black Mamba, which is Bruce's main team. He's bought a lot of Code-Up's gallery, so he's got a decent team. We've got Men in Blue in there, which is one of Sid's teams. So we've got quite a fun league. There's a few other people in there as well. Zootut's in there as well. So that's going to be a fun league. So I've tried to make them as strong as I possibly can without weakening the top teams. They are pretty decent, but not amazing. I think they were predicted sort of mid-table or something. So I'm just hoping that I can outperform that. And then Funky Monkey, who I thought was strong, but I looked at the leagues when the league predictions came out, and actually this silver league is nearly as strong as my gold league, which is fairly absurd. But yeah, it's going to be fun anyway. I got loans in on some of these main teams. I got a loan in from Duff again on Monkey Fire. Big thanks to Palmer, or aka James, who has been looking after him. He did loan me 2 players. One, unfortunately, had to return, which I'll get to in a minute. And Sturgeonator has loaned me a couple of players this season as well. Much appreciated. It's a pretty decent team, but not an amazing team for silver. Again, I think they were predicted 8th or something, although I have strengthened them a little bit since then after Monkey Magic got strengthened yesterday. I said thanks to Bob and Sid earlier, and I'll say a big thanks again. Love you both. They have loaned me some absolute studs. Bob has loaned me Botero, 90 rated striker, and a right back, 91 rated right back. Sid has loaned me a 91 rated left back, and also a goalkeeper who is 1 overall lower than the backup. But I will use Sid's, make sure he gets like 20 games. So hopefully he was a progression beast, and he was one of those guys where, like, I'm sure Sid's hoping that he was going to be the legend, the keeper that was in his diamond team eventually, and then he just stuttered to a stop. But last season he got signs of life. I think both Sid and I are praying that like Altamirano progresses again this season. But yeah, so that's a decent team. Other people that loaned in. Hang on, I thought I'd request. Oh, sorry, Hammers is probably asleep. But yeah, Bregu, absolutely superstar striker, but I can't have him as a backup on 15 games. Look at that, 97 pace, 92 shooting, 86 passing, 90 physical, absolute tank. But yeah, so I would have loved to have kept him, but he's just not going to get the game. So I think Hammers will accept the cancellation. I'm sure he'll have absolutely no trouble placing him somewhere else. As I said, Sturgeonator done a loan for me as well. Flabby Mabby, a guy that's retiring soon. Blindheim has been with the team now for several seasons, but he's just an absolute. I love his pace on a central to CDM and decent passing. He's been an absolute superstar for me. Top Shotter has loaned me Fletcher, again, a guy that's been with me for a few seasons. Trust the Process, loan me Salvador again, who will be the left wing, right wing, sort of rotating the mix. Defang, a new guy that I did a bit of business with this season, he has loaned me this guy who I'm hoping, like, he tier broke last season to legendary. Went to 84, then tier broke same season, and then went up another 2. So I'm praying that he's got a little bit left in the tank this season and can progress a little bit more. And then Fortress Agency, Runjon loaned me a right back, left back to save me having to run run extra cards in there as well. So he will be good this season. So yeah, I tried to get business done early this season, and a big thanks to all of those people. And hopefully I can repay you, maybe not with a high finishing goal, but hopefully a decent cup run. But yeah, Kev's saying I want Bregu. I think I know you do, Kev, but I believe there's one person ahead of you, isn't there?
Is the Orange Fire Bob is in the stream here? Are you looking to get promoted with those 2 teams that you sent the offers for? Because I think if you're looking for first place, they're really good offers. But if there's no promotion there, I might have to look for a silver or gold.
Knowing Bob, there probably is. He's bought so many sort of high end players that even his worst teams are pretty good these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he definitely was in the chat. I don't know whether he's still there now. But where are we at with the duck race? 7 minutes left. Oh, Jimbo, look at that.
I hope he doesn't win. Someone get in front of him. Come on.
Yeah. come back.
Oh my god, he's cheating everything, man. He's even winning giveaways. He's not running. That's outrageous.
Yeah, Sid, we're together in bronze, although your team is way better than mine. And also, you're one of those managers that I hate playing, like Jimbo as well. For some reason, I just cannot beat Jimbo. Even when I've got the better team, I cannot beat him. And Sid, you're the same as well. You always like tilt me into choosing some formation that I shouldn't be playing, trying to beat you. So anyway, yeah, it should be fun. But yeah, so Monkey Magic, for me, I guess it's going to be about the cup this season for them. I have given away a decent percentage, but I've managed to keep most of the revenue for my silver and bronze team. So hopefully, I'll wait till we're a couple of games into the season. And I'll run the predictions on was it Metafix Lab or something like that, and work out what the predictions are for the revenue.
Oh, that's pretty good. All the tools coming out these days are very good, aren't they? Like the kind of like added tools to just really help you like plan like the futures ahead and whatnot.
Yeah, the market in terms of obviously when we started, it was sort of MFL Assistant, wasn't it? It was pretty much it. Now we've got MFL Assistant, like MFL Stats, which I use quite a lot as well. Then you've got like a Metafixer Lab, which is brilliant for just working out exactly. They've got tools on the site that integrate into the site as well. So yeah, like the market has progressed loads sort of since we've got there. But
we've got Ricky Hyde's created one. It's really good for stats for friendlies. It's really good for checking like last 10 games and that kind of thing, and it gives you like a breakdown for your players and just loads and loads of stats. I've put it in the MFL FAQ in the Ramble Discord if anyone wants to play a bit with it. But
what was the one that everyone was frightened about installing? Like there was some chat about it earlier.
I think it's just because it's a guy I chat to, and he'd asked if I'd play MFL. Then I says, "I join the Discord," because he created an app for Sorare, and he says, "Oh, I've got an MFL app." I was like, "I'll stick it in the Discord as well." Then it must have looked random because he just joined. Then like on the same day, just put like, "Oh, here's a link to my site." Then, but I've invited him and I've been playing about with it and that. So what's it called? MFL. What is it called? MFL Scout. So they put it on. Then they were just a bit worried that it was a dodgy link.
So I've got the prizes up. What's it called? MFL link.
Play MFL Scout.
Okay, I'll have a look at that later. I think they were waiting to make sure that your account didn't get scammed of all it's worth, weren't they? But are these the prizes then? So we've got the free agents in your agency. So we've got a guy that's retiring this season, a rare player. Is that
First
the one?
Prize.
Vanderlee.
Yep.
Is that first prize? Second prize, Damien Brun. Sorry. Bloody hell.
Right, that's the one. Big Brun.
Big Brun. And then one of the guys was the guy that you were going to stick for coming last, weren't you? What position was it? Did you say?
The goalie. The goalie.
Oh, yeah. So what do people get? First, second, and last?
First, second, and third. The ones at the bottom, they can be booby prizes for anyone, the donkeys. But for the second duck race, Montero is the first prize. Alvarez is the first prize. Duran is the second prize, and Guerrero third prize.
Okay. And the next duck race will not be 45 minutes, so don't worry, people. So we've got 3 minutes left. I'll leave it up there now. But what about when you said earlier that you think, Nep, that like as FIFA sort of rolls down, that like you'll have more time for doing MFL content. Do you foresee sort of putting out any regular content in the meantime, or is it just going to be when you got time?
Yeah, probably just when I got time. Like I'll finish my lineups today and kind of do like an update video today of what's gone in the agency and what my kind of strategy is for the next few seasons. And like if the delegation tool comes in the next few seasons, my strategy will change significantly immediately. But if it doesn't, I'm just going to let my players retire. But the kind of content I want to make, and I will be working with Josh for this over the next few weeks, the kind of content I want to make is more about like a Pack to Glory. It's just my favorite team. Like they're not all pack pool players just yet. There's about 11 or 12 in there that are pack pool players. But once it becomes pack pooled only, I really want to because it's not quite on MFL yet. I really want to either use AI to help me or build like a website myself where I can really track like my club's top scorer, transfers in and transfers out, the players that are packed, so people can go onto the page or the website and really look at the history of the club. And I want to make content around one team specifically that I fall in love with, that I think the viewers would as well. So yeah, that would be the plan for the content over the coming days, really.
Yeah. How is Josh doing? I haven't spoken to Josh for a while. He's got
he's just popped in the chat. Busy. He's just popped in the chat. He's giving me grief for accepting 10% for bronzes, but I think Bob's going to be getting promoted, Josh. So it's similar to like 5% in silver, which is what they would be going for roughly, and that would be for mid-table silver as well. So long as he actually does win the league and maybe get some good cup runs, I reckon 10% in bronze is really, really healthy.
You got 5% in plat for an 86. Whoever took that has been absolutely done. You got a decent deal there.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, Josh is doing just fine. He's just had a weekend away. Actually, he went to 3 games in Spain in the same day, 3 football games. So yeah,
he loved doing that, didn't he? Didn't he do it with his stag do? He did. Was it Germany?
Yeah,
yeah. Games, but yeah.
But, yeah, we're kicking along.
Nice. Let's have a look, because Josh hasn't been doing his content as well, which I really enjoyed his style of content as well that's put out. Obviously, there's loads of people doing content at the moment. So, but yeah. Right, we're getting to the end of the duck race now. 26 seconds left. Who is going to, the people at the front, you are not going to win. I'm sorry. Who's going to win from the back?
So that's what I said. It's all like FIFA's hard this year, man. It requires too much. That's the problem. Who am I going to put? I'm going to put.
Who's going to win? And who actually wants
Massive Ericsson, I reckon, is going to win. Yeah, look at
him.
Here we go. Oh, Bob, gone. Oh no, Rizu.
Yeah, where's Jimbo? I can't see him on the screen anymore.
Let's go. SLD, I think.
As if Risu needs another player, man. Come on.
Nice. How do I pull up the? Oh, there we go.
Dude, Risu is the bane of my life on So Rare. He has so many, it doesn't really matter these days, but he's got one collection piece from one of the limited Barcelona collections from 2021, and he just wouldn't just not willing to give them up for good prices, like I say, it doesn't matter now that they've moved to the in-season setup. But yeah, Risu's always got a lot of collection pieces that I would have absolutely loved.
Yeah, so he always used to, I think it was the Liverpool guys, he always used to get number 1s of them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a cool outfit. Spider-Man, I didn't really notice that in the pack. So the winner was Rizu, SLD, LRD, which I don't know. What do they got? The guys on Yorkshire XP call him something lard or something. Is that
solid lard?
Solid lard. Is that just because that's what it looks like, or
just what it looks like?
Oh, fair enough. Right, so Risu, you have won, if I can find the right tab, this chap. He will do a job on a team. Stick him there. He's retiring, so it really doesn't matter where you stick him, but he will do a job. Roll him out, stick him out on crutches for the cup games. He will deliver goals for you. Who's the second place? Gets Damien Brun. Got a season and a half there, 69 rated for half an hour. Nice. And third place, who was Just James. Is that your Just James D? I'm not familiar with that name. So find Hoodwink on Twitter and fire him a DM. Just make sure he's got your username. And
we follow each other.
Oh, you do already? Okay, cool. So yeah, so I'm sure Hoodwink will be on the case and they'll be whacking those players out to you today at some point, maybe even before the thing. Someone who came 27th. I don't know who came 27th. Was there a prize for 27th? Jimbo said he would give a common pack to whoever came 27th. Oh, Amreezy just missed out. Sid! Like he needs it. There you go. That's who came 27th, Sid. Right, next one. So start this one. It will not be 45 minutes. Do not worry, people. And this is from a Twitter thing that we ran. Let me just copy all those. Copy. Oh, bollocks.
And these prizes are, so the first prize will be from me. Alvarez is my guy. And then I think White House again for a second prize. And who was Guerrero? Was Dan LFC 44. So thank you guys. For the donkeys, Bald Sherlock and Rare River Badger donated a few commons. So I'll do something with them. I'll maybe just drop them into someone's agency for a laugh. Maybe Jimbo can win the 41 rated 30-year-old. I'll stick him to Jimbo.
Give him a quick shuffle. Not that it makes any difference. But this is 2 minutes. This is for the Twitter giveaway. Are we ready?
Yes. Go. Do have a couple of questions for for Nep as well, if you want me to go through them. A couple have kind of been answered, but
yeah, go on, hit it.
Just for the Discord. So the first one was for James. Will season 11's first couple of weeks be a write-off for Nep, as FC's team of the year will be out and taking most of his focus, or will the interest still be there?
So fortunately enough, the first like, obviously the season starts today, but the first like realistically 4 days, I don't have to do much on MFL because I'm happy to play 4 games worth until I need to rotate. But yeah, team of the year comes out Friday. The first week of team of the year is like the first few days is just attackers, then it's just midfielders, then it's just defenders, and then it's the full team. So it's kind of like next Friday that it will be a bit more like all guns blazing. So no, I'm like I've been fully on site on MFL the last couple of days, like trying to sort myself out. But no, I'll be into it. Yeah. So if you're in my league and you're thinking you might get an easy win, you won't.
Got Solid Lard said, Nep, are you going to start introducing duck races for FIFA points on your streams?
No. No.
Another one for James was, with club delegation looking to maybe come season 12, will he be sticking with the 24 clubs or look to offload some and make it slightly more manageable for one person?
Yeah, if there's delegation, I'll probably go and buy another 26 clubs straight away and just get it up to 50 immediately. Yeah, and then I'll just rip all my FC points, MFL coins with the 600 MFL packs, and then just let people like mess around in Flint with like 40 to 50 rated players.
Last 10 seconds of the duck race. We've got Endoozy coming through. Shark is dropping back. Who's this coming through? We've got Billy Bremner coming through to take the win. Hendoozy, hold on for second. What were the prizes? First, second, and third?
First, second, and third.
First, second, and third. And the winners are got Billy Bremner coming out number 1. Hendoozy, who will probably find use for players because he's in sort of lower leagues. I'm sure he would appreciate extra players. And then Scorsozi, I can never pronounce that. I loan players to him every season. I can never work out how to pronounce his name. No, I'm not even going to try. But yeah, he came third. Nice. That's it for duck racing, but I can guarantee there'll be more duck racing if you tune in to Jimbo's stream tonight. But sorry, Hoodwink. I'm just going to dash off for 1 second. You keep asking the questions, doesn't it?
I think I was just going to say I'd probably be the same because I like having the clubs and I like loaning my players to my clubs, but I do find it quite so time consuming to like do everything that I want to do rather than like I didn't want to lose focus with my like lower clubs and no care about them because I'm just no wired like that.
Yeah.
So I think if delegation came in, it'd make it so much easier. So much like I'd probably want to get to maybe like double figures anyway, and just help.
Yeah, I like the idea of the delegation being like, you could have just one person, like start them with one club. And instead of me giving them a team full of players, say to them, right, look into my agency. Who do you need to win your division? And then like let them work with that. And if they need, I don't know how it would work with like them. What would they have to ask? Like, oh, I need a mid-season transfer because my striker's like performing poorly or something. But I like the idea of like, even if it costs me, I don't know what it would be, 10%, 20%, 30% of the season's MFL for somebody to actually run the club. I think I'd make more per club than what I would have made if I just threw my teams together and let them play. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to delegation.
Hopefully that comes soon. SLD LRD asked, has Nep given up on making MFL content? I liked his videos around theme teams, inspired me to try and do a few. First owner, over 30s, etc., to keep interest levels high too. And he showed a few of his squads where he's really kind of stuck to a theme and
nice.
just keeps building them. Actually, I think he's got about 12, maybe. Could be wrong, but
no. Yeah, I mean, there will be room for MFL content again from this season, and I think what I have to do, like, I need like a full rebrand, because even like some of my farm teams are not farm teams anymore, and some of the experimental teams have now turned into like farms. But I think, again, if delegation came, it would make life a lot easier, because then I could delegate the teams that I don't care about and just focus on the core teams that I do want to care about. And like I said earlier, like, I would love to make like a website, just a surface level website, where I can like really track everything and show people, rather than me telling in a video. I can like go onto a website and say, like, this is a team we started with, this is what we've got now, this is what's happened in between. So the opportunities for the content is still there, and I will absolutely still be making MFL content. Yeah.
lovely. Kev Heard, what are Nep's long-term plans, i.e. back to Diamond, dev farms, etc.?
Yeah, I think my long-term plan, I think, is still the same. I think the money is at the bottom. Like, the long-term plan is just to have, like, again, it like hinging on delegation coming, but thousands of commons players and hundreds of teams. And then if one of them is progressing nicely, sell him on or loan him out to earn more, and eventually hit a point where it's like, I've kind of like got too much, so I have to sell and bring some in. Like, I don't think, like, you know, Josh asked a question in the chat there, is it better to be happy that you only have a few retirees, or scared that you're going to get more down the line? I don't like the idea of being in Diamond anymore. Like, my experience in Diamond was eye-opening, and the amount of, I kind of like feel like money that you have to keep putting in to sustain being there, I don't think warrants being there. So I don't think I would, unless there was like the stars align and I've got 11, like maybe like 18 players that have all progressed up to like the sort of 90 range, and then I could just push up into Diamond naturally through my agency. I don't think I'd like realistically, like, bronze is probably the highest I'll ever get a club to again. But I'm absolutely okay with that, because I like I don't know, I think it's, yeah, like, even the loans and stuff, like the DAOs and stuff that you have to put together to kind of run clubs in Diamond and Plat. Yeah, like, it's just not what I like from gaming. I like the rags to riches.
I know, like, Sid and Bob have, obviously they're both in Diamond now, and they've got a team for Kev, so he's in Diamond as well. And I think Bob has realised in the last couple of seasons, probably Sid as well, that you do need teams at higher divisions with quality players that potentially come through, rather than having to buy the best player when players retire all of the time, because that's just,
yeah,
you know, going to cost you a lot of money. But yeah, got to a couple more people in the chat. So don't know why, but this tickled me. S. Keegan, still waiting for the Lard of the Rings trilogy. And then Big Mr. K, I've got a themed team this season. I think anybody that watches your content, we know that. And I think everybody's rooting for your hard-on of a team to, you know, pump their way through the division and get promoted. But it's a fun team. But yeah, it's like Ron John as well. I know this season he's trying to get all of the teams with players from that country on the team as well, which is quite fun as well. But
yeah,
obviously that only works if you've got a massive agency like Ron John has. But question for you, Nep. Does it tilt you that Bournemouth is with a lowercase b on your profile on MFL?
Was that, did I choose that? Might have been.
I think it must have been when you put it in, you just didn't put a higher uppercase B.
No, it's not even something I looked at.
It tilts me.
Yeah, not even something I looked at all.
Yeah. Sorry, Hoodwink. Any more questions?
No serious ones, although this one might be serious. Should they replace penalty shootouts in cup games with 1v1 duck races? That's for Rookie Hyde. I would love that. I fucking hate penalty shootouts. get them in the bin.
I rarely win them. I don't know. Like there must be someone that's like, you know, batting 100 out there because I can't seem to win them. If it goes to pen shoot,
can he score? Never mind win them. Like, and then DOS. This one's actually been in the questions for the podcast for quite a while, but it wasn't answered. Is it bad to look at other men in the gym showers? And I'd like to answer that by saying showers are usually like behind the door, so it's probably illegal. So you should probably stop doing that because it's not very nice.
Or actually, if it's DOS, carry on, mate.
We all know DOS is a bit of a loose cannon. I think he's still not banned from our Discord. I think he's banned from yours, isn't he? But...
He is indeed, yeah.
Right. I think that's
unbanned DOS.
I think that's everything this week, isn't it? Anything else you wanted to speak about, Hoodwink? Like and subscribe, people. I always put a note on my thing and I always forget. I can tell I'm not a professional. You know, I literally always forget to mention it. But if you're watching the stream, like it. And if you haven't subscribed, why the fuck not? Just do it. Like, no pressure.
We're almost at 500 followers for the Twitter account. So maybe a couple more giveaways will get us to the magic 500 is a magic number. I don't know, but
thanks,
that's a good number to aim for. So, so thanks for the follows for anyone that's entered the giveables in the last few days.
In the chat, well, he says, "I agree, Bournemouth with the lowercase. Talk to me every time on Neps profile. I updated it." I'm glad I'm the only one because I really want to go in there, but when I do, it's the first thing I see. I was like, "Oh no." Little things. When you get to my age, it's little things that, you know, annoy you. But yeah, thank you so much for organising the prizes as well, Hoodwink. Much appreciated. I'm sure some of those guys, even the guys that are retiring this season, will be going. And as I mentioned right at the start of the show, Kev and I will be heading off to the airport right now. We're getting on the fastest jet possible, and we'll be going down under for later on. But yeah, so there's going to be 2 streams tonight. There's going to be Jimbo's stream. That's going to be the watch along stream. And, you know, I personally would watch that because I think the content we're going to be talking about can be perused afterwards. But if you fancy having both screens up and trying to co-listen to both, then have a crack at that. But we should be back. I can't remember exactly what time, but I'll set it up and send out the information in a little bit. I might need like 10 minutes just to recover a little bit. My head is banging now, but we will be back later anyway. But really appreciate you joining us, Nep. It's great seeing you again. Roll on delegation and roll on the end of the FIFA season. Hopefully you've made your cheddar and then you can plow some of it back into MFL. We can have a bit of fun and watch a bit of Nep content as well because it's always fun. But
no, thanks for having me. Yes, it is always fun to chat. I've honestly, I haven't made an MFL video or been on a podcast or even talked about it really in some months now since FIFA came back like 4 months ago. So it's nice to kind of like have a little chat about it and get back into the scene really.
Nice. What better time? Start season 11. Good luck to everybody that's taking part.
Unless you're in my league.
Yeah, unless you're in my league, of course. Yeah, but it's going to be a fun season and. I cannot wait as long as 4-3-3 defensive works, so I can find out how to get it ticking early in the season. If I can't, then I will hate the season. But we should be back next week. Well, sorry, I should be back tonight. We should be back next week as well. Bye.